guys, let's hop onto the Rift once again for game number 3 of KT versus Gen.G. All right, here we go. Into the game once again.
All right. Let's see if anything exciting happens super early on. It would probably be on Gen.G's side, but looks like they are content. I like that. He's using Ermac. The Karthus Reaper skin. It has chroma. Yeah, Ermac from Mortal Kombat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I definitely heard of that.
Deprived as a child, I guess.
Was that in one of the earlier ones? I played like an earlier one.
That was in Mortal Kombat 3, I believe.
Oh boy, here we go. CuVee. He is going to flash away from that one, but you talked about that top lane. He's going to have a little bit of extra help up there.
And that's actually a really big victory to get Kennan's flash so early on.
And TP.
Yeah. Karma with the Kleptomancy.
Or, no TP.
We'll see if she elects going for tank Karma, or if she's going to be full-on AP, or if she's going to be supportive utility AP Karma. Definitely a lot of options. I don't know why Score... Okay, he was kiting Sal. He doesn't need to take this much damage. Arthas doesn't take any damage from blue. If you kite correctly, he only takes 1 auto attack. So a little bit surprising. He's wasting a lot of HP. He's also not kiting the Gromp in between autos. Definitely a little bit surprising. I mean, it could come into play, especially against Nolop that could get an idea to try to invade you.
True.
So there's no reason not to be doing these things, because it doesn't take any effort, really.
Yeah, basically not min-maxing his clear for sure, which is...
Olaf, fortunately, isn't going to be doing anything.
Hey, he's just chilling. He's farming his top side on the red side of the jungle. Just finished his Raptors.
Yep. Doing the red right. He's not kiting.
You know, when you get a little bit older and you're playing the game, you just eventually you're like, it's not worth it. Like, I don't really need to kite it.
All right. Gonna pat down to golems now. And this might mean that he ends up using the smite on the golem camp instead of having it available for Scuttle Crab if it would come down to a smite fight. So that could be, yeah, he does actually end up smiting it. So, you know, we got a little bit of an issue when this is the stuff that we're talking about this early on. Not too much else is going on, and the story for these games have been, interestingly enough, actually talking about jungler pathing early on. We had that chess match happen in game number 1. Olaf now going to get the right-hand side Scuttle Crab. Karthus going to path to the left-hand side. It's also the rubber band camps for his Gromp and his Wolves, as well as the assumed Wraiths and Raptors and Golems for SeongHwan. So if Karthus gets left side Scuttle Crab, gets both of the rubber band camps as well as his, he can end up creating about a 2-level disparity, especially if he absorbs some of the XP from the lanes, and at that point it's very, very difficult for Olaf to actually recover and salvage the jungle state until much later on in the game. And with an Infernal Dragon spawning, that definitely has to be on both parties' minds. You can see he's doing the Scuttle Crab right now on the minimap. We're not going to talk about the laners that are just sort of playing ping pong with one another right now. He's going to move
really
into...
like ping pong.
Yeah. Gonna move into the Raptor area, just plants a ward down, doesn't actually advance up too far to try to get any of the resets, which could be valuable information. You see the Raptors respawn before the Golems or whatnot. You can get a pretty good idea of where the enemy jungler is. You can see he's not really doing anything, he's just sort of wandering around in left side river. Now the Gromp's gonna come up and he's gonna go around the world. He's gonna go from Gromp, Wolves, Raptors, back into Krugs, and he's just gonna keep farming his Karthus. So no early game activity really going to unfold, and none of the lanes for either team are really synergizing with their jungler appropriately in order to try to coordinate some sort of a game. So, let's talk about the things that are really important. So, I heard that you didn't know about Mortal Kombat.
No, I knew about the early game. Like, I know Scorpion and Sub-Zero and
that's like when
whatever
someone
that
says
guy.
that they know Pikachu. That doesn't count.
The guy with a lot of arms.
Goro?
Yeah, that guy. Goro.
All right, how about you name me all the names?
Raiden, right?
that doesn't count either. That's like saying that you know Charizard.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he that popular?
Yeah.
There's also, what's his name? Liu Kang?
You're cheating,
right?
You're actually
I'm
cheating.
just listing the guys from the first game.
It's like Dragonite. All right. Let's list some of the lesser known. Can you name any of the ninjas?
I said Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
No, the other ones.
What other? There are no other ones.
Ermac. There's Smoke. There's Noob Saibot. There's Reptile. There's Rain.
Oh yeah, Reptile. Yeah, I've heard of him.
You know Rain?
Rain? No.
Get out. Just get out. Do the intro. Thank you.
Rain?
Yeah, Rain.
What a terrible name of a ninja.
Oh, okay. What's your solo queue ID? Dried Banana.
Dried Banana. No, I make the best name. My alt is Hippo Fun.
All right. We're finally getting some action.
We do as we're going in here onto Prey. Lots of AoE, but look at Score, just fearless. And now here's BDD as he's going to be pulled back, and Life is getting off that sinking ship. As he's going to try to stay alive, but he cannot connect again. As the cooldown was there, so 2 kills go the way of KT.
That was really unfortunate right there for Gen.G. This means that the Infernal Dragon not actually going to go over to KT. I guess KT, as I'm saying that, I realize my own error. Ruler has the teleport available, so Yuumi can actually attach Solution, re-enter the fight relatively quickly. So, right here, Gen.G, they're trying to start the Infernal Dragon up, and KT are in position, ready to fight. Aatrox finds himself with the flank. The Karthus Qs are landing, and then the Infernal Chain's just able to bring Karma right back in. That was definitely a Jack and Rose moment, as Life was holding on a little bit too long. Ended up going down. BDD extremely excited.
Yeah, it's not Naisu anymore, it's Nice.
Yeah.
It's a new dimension brought in here by BDD.
Up there in top lane. He's actually doing quite well here against the Kennen. You can see the way that Kennen's itemizing. He has the Vampiric Scepter as well as the Negatron Cloak. Smeb gonna actually path down now, maybe look for some information. He's gonna run into SeongHwan.
Oh wow, okay, the brawl starts here, but Slicing Maelstrom is better than not getting CC'd, it looked like. Karthus trying to kill him and save his life. There you go, the kill will go the way of Smeb.
And so right now, even though Karthus doesn't get a kill or an assist, he influences the lanes to a certain extent with the damage that he put out, and that's one of the unsung things about his ultimate, as it does hit all 5 champions. And so definitely he cast that as an emergency factor, even though Smeb was able to bring him down in the end anyway. And now Score, he's going to resume power farming all of his jungle. It's level 6.5 currently. And he skipped on the Wraiths. And the only thing that I can imagine is that when he's doing something like this, he's not looking at the timer at the top right of his screen when he finishes the camp and then adds the appropriate amount to it to know the exact respawn on it. And that's something that you can do. This is now actually going to slow down his experience gain throughout the match. So we take another quick look at the replay. Smeb has the Slicing Maelstrom ult via the Sylas ultimate. And here, the Requiem, it's coming in. It was a little bit delayed. He could have cast it sooner, but Smeb was able to bring him down in the end anyway. Proto Belt will be the first item of choice. Runic Echo still not complete for the Karthus, and it looks like Score still not going to do his Wraiths?
He doesn't like the Raptors.
He doesn't like them. He's not a Raptor kind of guy.
Yeah,
you know?
He was rooting for the Warriors.
He's a pterodactyl kind of guy.
Okay.
All right.
I see where you're getting at. As Infernal is, by the way, really nice for all of these champions on the side of KT, as all 4 of them can use it very nicely.
So he recalls, but he doesn't have his ultimate actually up right now. He buys into 2 control wards, and because his ultimate's not up, there's no reason to recall as soon as he did. He could have just wrapped south into the golems and then kited up into the raptor camp. Completed both of them because you're already too late for the priority to actually get the left side scuttle crab. So I know that I'm really criticizing the Karthus pathing this game, but when you pick Karthus in competitive, you really have to be on point with your pathing to maintain the experience advantage, as well as the oppression that the champion truly offers, because that's what makes him flourish.
Well, Not wasting time here was Smeb. Really wanted to get in there. Now with the lead in health, Score feels safe enough to just go straight for Shelly. But will be on vision there. But now everybody's trying to get in the fight as nobody's in the bot lane.
Gen.G will lose this fight if they take it. Yuumi and Lucian are here, but Smeb is right there. Requiem's up now as well. Oh, man.
Is this just going to be deja vu?
I don't know what Gen.G is doing. This is just like game number 1. They're not identifying that there is realistically a super small % chance that they can win a fight. And what I mean by that is that they need a dream scenario, and they need KT to make a lot of errors in order for the fight to truly go that way. And I'm talking about missed skill shots, blundered spellcasts, Karthus ulting while still alive and then dying or something. Like, a lot of things have to go their way, and so they fall behind on tempo a lot, and they lose out on a lot of opportunity. Karthus now going to get back to farming his camps. And in this game, KT are in a fantastic position. They have an Infernal Dragon for all of their champions. The only one that doesn't really utilize it that well is going to be the Nautilus. And the Gen.G Mono Red team composition, well, anyone that's a fan of Hearthstone Murlocs or Mono Red and Magic probably knows what happens when Red is top decking and the opponent's still at 20 life. So,
yeah,
doesn't feel too good.
Nah, it's a bad scenario. And that is where they find themselves currently. It's not a massive lead in gold, but as you mentioned, all the other stuff is more important to look at here. As BDD, we were thinking maybe sending that Aatrox up towards the top lane, and perhaps Gen.G were thinking it as well, but that is not the case, as BDD has done a nice job on that pick so far. And now they're going to be using this Rift Herald up in the top lane. Nice rotation by all three of them. Not much that CuVee can do to stop this.
We're now up here in top with Smeb and BDD together, getting so many valuable plays. Teleport coming in from Kuzan has the cat attached, but it's not really going to mean anything, as now SnowFlower and Prey rotating up. Prey's going to crash the wave in mid lane. Karthus is going to fall back south probably after this, unless the fight transpires. And then they'll actually get themselves left send, Sky Scuttle Crab. Wall of Pain comes out.
Oh, Score trying to bait here, but
both teams are fighting pretty needlessly. You can see that realistically there's no way to dive Gen.G underneath the turret. And Gen.G is actually the only one that could have an advantageous outcome from this fight in the event that KT goes too over-aggressive, out of position, ends up getting caught by a lot of spells and losing too much HP. And so now we're just going to do the casual thing. We're going to go top to bottom inside of the jungle. Kallista's going to return down into bottom lane. Smeb's going to chunk CuVee over and over. CuVee has teleport, but that last plate surely should fall with the cannon minion, but Smeb's actually not escorting it, so we might potentially miss out on the plate gold. 30 seconds remaining on plates.
Looks like he was out of range of that one.
And to make matters worse, it is actually going to be the supportive Karma. Which...
Okay, here we go. We're already getting in there, as now CuVee is so dead. See you later. Score and Smeb together, holding hands and taking them down.
It's going to be First Blood turret now going over to the way of KT, and things are just getting worse and worse and worse because all of the pressure now is on Ruler. Now, he does have a 30 CS advantage, but it doesn't matter all that much, all things considered, because the team composition for KT is just so much superior, and they're ahead. So we just take a look at what's happening here. CuVee trying to clear out the control ward, gets hit by the Wall of Pain, just surrenders to his impending death. Doesn't actually waste the Slicing Maelstrom, which is a really good decision. And now with Sylas unlocked, he's able to go elsewhere on the map. Clown Dragon is up right now. Not the highest priority, especially not for a team composition like KT, which is a slow-moving unit. It's basically a walking ballista that wants to operate around. Yeah, walking. Oh, I see what you did there. You brought the attention to the card, huh? Okay. I was actually thinking more along the lines of Warcraft. What?
A walking ballista? Yeah. Is that a real thing? I mean, I know of ballistas, but why do they call it a walking ballista? Do they have to like walk it over to the battle or something?
All right.
They don't have wheels.
Look at Nautilus. He's walking.
Hey, he's not a ballista, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, that's just not
What if he wants to be?
I mean, you can aspire to be whatever you want.
He's got a Callista.
Okay. I mean, that's close enough.
All right. And he kind of looks like a ball.
So we can call this...
A ballista.
A ballista?
Yeah.
Really? You wanna call this bot lane the ballista comp?
Is there actually a champion? Wait. No.
Rammus.
That's a ballista.
Yeah, that's absolutely a ballista.
That's a ballista.
Now Nautilus, I don't think so. But with Rammus, yeah. We're gonna try to root score here. Bit of damage coming out, but not quite able to get in range.
To actually win this.
Yeah, trying to save him
teleport
now.
Actually late from KT.
Oh boy, the exhaust, and Olaf just disappears and does nothing. Double slicing Maelstrom now as SnowFlower is gonna go down, but that's gonna be it for them as now Ruler in a ton of trouble. Perfect stopwatch as well, and Score donates his life to science, says take me with you, I don't want to play this game anymore. But the rest of his team will be able to clean up everybody except Kuzan.
Yeah, they're just so far ahead right now is KT, and with that, I almost sort of want to call that's probably it. That's probably the nail in the coffin. To make matters worse, Olaf is actually going AD Olaf, the only real true source of physical damage that's going to be coming in for the most part, because the way that Kenon has itemized is going to be the Lucian, so I don't know why the damage ramifications coming up. We take a look at the replay. Nautilus ult to save Score, and then I truthfully thought that Gen.G should have been able to do something here, but I just forgot that Olaf doesn't actually do anything unless he has an advantage, so they end up going down right there. Juggle of the turret aggro goes into stopwatch, and then interestingly, Karthus had the aggro.
Yeah.
And it actually looked like Score was surprised, maybe. He said sorry.
Oh, thank you for that translation. That was
Nice.
good.
You like that? A little bit of an accent on it.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Wanted to make sure people understood that Score was sorry.
and so now there is no magic resist almost present on the side of Gen.G. Yes, Yuumi has a little bit right now. Karma does have the Athene's Unholy Grail, but for the primary carries and damage dealers, there is none there. So Karthus with 33 M-Pen right now, going to be dealing near true damage with most of his abilities.
Oh
and
boy.
CuVee might just die. Yeah.
See you later. BDD is a tank right now. He is doing so much. Absolute unit, as you mentioned before.
29
He is insane. As here we go. Getting on top of Ruler as well. He is able to get away.
And the game is just, I think, unsalvageable right now for Gen.G. Basically, what they would need is they would need a multi-man Yuumi ultimate combined with Karma, hitting a Mantra Q onto several members, and for Karthus probably not to have Requiem or something in order for them to win a team fight. Is just such an unfathomable sequence of events that could help them salvage this game, and this is one of the problems when you draft like this, and it happens all too often. When you're a team with powerhouses stacked across the board and you can consistently get advantages and you're better than your opposition, team compositions like this will look really good. When it looks behind, it looks like go next.
I think he used his E, and so Smeb, or rather BDD, just said, yeah, I'm just going to kill you. And he made it look really easy, as it can be up against a Kenon sometimes, if he doesn't have his mobility. And now they're just hanging around, looking to bully again. Here comes BDD, trying to hit that knockup. Will hit the next one. Karthus not getting in range, but it might not matter here, as the Q's trying to land.
CuVee is playing with fire.
He doesn't want the Requiem to come in. He wants to stop it, but he can't. Oh, that was so sad to watch as he dies again, this time at the hand of the Requiem.
And that's another nice little pickup right there for KT as they just continue to accelerate further and further ahead. And so, even though there's the Wit's End on the Kenon, it's not really going to come into much effectiveness this game. He's not going to be able to split push realistically and accomplish anything Cloud Drake coming up in 20 seconds. Things are just going to go from bad to worse soon. Karthus probably going to actually complete Morellonomicon. It's not a bad itemization here.
Yeah.
There is double Athenes on the side of Gen.G, so reducing their healing is going to be quite effective. Yumu's and Black Cleaver on the side of Aatrox. And probably should just see a Guardian Angel actually come out next for both Kalista and Aatrox to really restrict and suffocate Gen.G in this game. We're going to just take a look at the replay. BDD almost ends up dying there, and then you can see that CuVee, he's playing with fire by walking towards the Karthus, but he doesn't actually have another option because as soon as Karthus presses the R button, even if he was running away, he's going to die. I feel really bad for Kennen.
Yeah.
That felt really
bad. The audience also felt pretty bad about that one.
And there's going to be another Infernal Dragon coming up next in 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, they got double Cloud too, so you thought you could try to get away from this Aatrox. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
He's going to be right on top of you, and there's not much you can do as now even Smeb is just getting in there and
doing so
trading
much
damage.
Yeah. And you look at what is happening here. Look at the level disparity in top lane, 2 levels. In jungle, 1 level. Mid lane, 1 level. AD carry, 1 level. Yuumi, however, is ahead, so.
Oh, yeah.
Cat's always ahead.
Just Yuumi things.
Baron might be on the agenda. It is a little bit early to try to go for this, but realistically they can't lose a team fight, so they can just use Baron as a means to entice Gen.G.
They have the Kalista too, and you can see that Gen.G can barely even enter the first brush. You have a Nautilus here trying to delay and waste time, and look at how low it gets. Smite and Ren at the same time. Easy Baron take at 22 minutes.
That's going to be a recall into Morellonomicon now completed for Karthus. Goron's Shield sold for Aatrox, picks up 2 control wards. Amp Tome picked up for Karthus as well. Probably going to go Zanya's Hourglass next. Silas as well will be going Zanya's next, so they'll have a lot of ways to juggle turret aggro Infernal coming up in 3 minutes. Kuzan trying to attack Baron indirectly by killing off all of the minions so that there's no wave to buff. Aatrox is going to have to wait quite a while, but BDD, he's going to try to kill Kuzan right now.
Yeah, it can be a little bit more difficult up against the Karma if she tethers to you, but the flash absolutely necessary there to get him out of danger, as now the push will begin. They have that Olaf Yuumi again, but you can see, as we've talked about before, that he's really not able to do much under the turret here. Just throw a couple of axes. It's sad Olaf bowling today.
And this is one of the really neat things, is that Karthus is able to transition into basically a siege tank at this point. He has such long range on his late waist that it's sort of much akin to Talia and Nidalee when trying to push turrets, and the Wall of Pain is definitely obnoxious. And so yeah, Guardian Angel actually will be the next item of choice for Kalista, so I think that's fantastic optimization out of Prey. Recognizes that realistically, there's no way for Gen.G to win outside of getting miracle picks or shutdowns, and without any of that, they're not going to have any options available. It's a 10,000 gold lead right now, not even factoring in the Infernal Dragon.
Yeah. And this does kind of just feel like one of those inevitable games, right? As, I don't know what you were doing so close to the Nautilus. Easy pick up there for the side of SnowFlower. As you can see, Ruler, he still has a splash. Just didn't expect that to connect, but was absolutely in range. Couldn't get away, and now they're pushing for the end as BDD, they do some pretty insane damage. As Smeb here going to take a lot of that aggro, as BDD is just terrorizing this backline. Not much that CuVee and the rest of the team can do, and it's going to be a relatively fast game here, as at least Kuzan is going to get away. And down will go the Nexus. Game number 3 going to go the way of KT, and the series will go to them as they do slide ahead.